Everywhere I go, beauty finds its way in the little things of every day.
Did you not love that 2016 montage that was at the beginning of this video? It was very much throwing us back. I figured that 2016 is about to be 10 years ago. Crazy. But I feel like 2016 was the era and the time of iconic makeup and of the full glam and definitely like the Morphe 35O palette. So I thought it would be a fun idea to kind of throw us back, do a 2016 inspired makeup look that we can bring into 2026 this year. I love a good fall makeup. I love a good orange, bronze, yellow, orange, reds. I love all that colors. And I'm still in my 2016 era and I literally don't care. If you guys really enjoyed this video and if you want to see how I got this makeup look, then just keep watching. Okay, so let's just jump right in. I did all my skincare already, so let's start with our primer. I feel like when it comes to fall makeup, matte makeup is the way to go. I'm over this clean girl aesthetic. I'm over the glow. I was never honestly a part of it. So for primer, we're going to go in with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I feel like this is such a tried and true OG primer. I'm going to put it all over my face because if you guys have been following me, you know that I get very oily. So I especially want to focus it a lot in my T-zone, but I do put it everywhere after I've focused it on the T-zone and then I just blend it out. I just think that this primer keeps everything so matte, so smooth, so blurred. There are very few primers that I think are better than this primer, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It's just a hefty price tag that I try to avoid. All right, so for foundation today, I'm going to go in with the Catrice HD Liquid Foundation. I discovered this when I did my trying a full face of TJ Maxx makeup. And ever since then, I've actually really enjoyed this foundation. I feel like this would be something that I would definitely go back and repurchase. I feel like every foundation that I've tried is very yellow, but my face is very red and pink in comparison to the rest of my body. I feel like that's where like the disconnect comes in because I know that you guys always tell me that maybe my foundation isn't the right shade and I'm totally fine with getting a little feedback. It's always good. Sometimes I know it's the wrong shade. Keep in mind, my face is very red. Once you start getting down a little bit, it does get a little bit more yellow. It all comes together in the end. It all comes together in the end. I also want to know in the comments, do you do your face makeup first or do you do your eye makeup first? Like that's just something that people always talk about. Like some people are like ride or die doing their face makeup first and some are ride or die doing their eyes first. Or I can't really get my face makeup to look as good if I've done my eyes first. Contour and this look, we definitely need to be very bronzed up. So I'm going to go in with the Cream Bronzer by Milk. This is their matte bronzer in the shade Baked. We're going to go right over and bronze up that skin. I feel like when it comes to fall makeup, the browns, the golds, like the deep reds are like the look for fall makeup. I want to make sure that I am very bronzed for this look. And I just think, it just adds like the perfect amount of bronziness, not adding any like shimmer or glow, and it blends out so seamlessly. You can build this up. I usually just do one layer because I am more fair. Even though I want to be bronzed, I don't want it to be like intense and crazy bronze. For concealer, I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear 24 Hour. I've been really liking this one. I feel like it's super brightening and it really adds great coverage to the face. And I've noticed that the creasing with this product hasn't been too bad. And I'm someone that has a lot of creasing issues when it comes to concealer. So it's very hard for me to find a concealer that actually doesn't crease. But this one has been doing a really, really great job. I feel like it doesn't crease very much underneath my eyes. It also gives like a great brightening to the eye. I mean, look at that eye compared to this before we blend that out. I mean, it's so bright. I still think that a bright eye just really makes you look more awake and alive, and it brings that attention to your eyes, which is personally one of my favorite features on my face. So I want to bring that attention to my eyes. Okay, for blush, I kind of want to do something a little bit different and kind of experiment a little bit. So we're going to try something today. I want a blush that's a little bit more in the orange tone, but with a little bit of yellow in it. Saw Manny MUA do something like this and I absolutely loved it. So I want to try it out today. I'm going to use these color-based primers from Beautiful Creations. We're going to mix these two and we're just going to see how it works. If it doesn't, if all else fails, we'll put a little orange blush on top and we'll make it work. So I'm going to put a little bit of this one on here. This is in the shade Orange Blast. And we're going to use Limelight to brighten it up with the yellow. I'm going to do more yellow than orange because that's personally what I'm looking for today. I'm just going to take a brush here and we're just going to mix it together, taking it off a little bit and adding a little bit at a time. That's kind of like what I'm thinking. Just a very bright orange, but you can see the yellow in it. Hopefully it shows up. We might have to go a little bit darker. Take a brush like I normally would. And let's start blending that out. Ooh, it's subtle. I think because these are eyeshadow bases and not like a blush, you will be able to build it up quite a bit, but it is definitely giving me the effect that I was looking for. Nice base too, so when we put like a powder over top of it, I think we're going to get a really fun color, and it's going to work with the eye look that we're going to do as well. Okay, something I did on this side was I took this liquid blush by Palladio in the shade Sunny Coral, and I focused it right here. So it added a little bit more of that orange tint right in the center of the blush, and then it's diffusing out into that orangey yellow shades. And I think I like that a lot better. I actually really like it. I know it might be a little bit crazy and it's like a little bit different than what you would normally see for a blush, but I think it's going to overall come together really nicely. So let's hope that we can set it and use the right shadows to kind of really enhance it, to make it look like a very sunsetty eye going into the eye look. To brighten the under eye, I'm going to go in with the Emma Mitchell Eye Lights palette. I've been liking this, not loving it, so if you have a good recommendation, please let me know. But we're going to go in with the shade Ascend, and I'm going to use this to set the under eye and brighten that up a little bit more. But if you guys do have a good recommendation of a brightening powder that you're really liking, please let me know in the comments, because I'm trying to find one. I'm on the hunt for a good one and can't seem to find one that's getting to the brightness that I'm looking for. It's okay for the moment. To set the whole face, I'm going to go in with the translucent powder by Beauty Creations. I've been really liking this powder a lot. This was another product that I found during that full face of TJ Maxx makeup that I've been really enjoying ever since. It was such a fun video because I found so many gems that I honestly maybe would have tried, maybe not have tried, and I feel like it really just put me out of my comfort zone a little bit, and you guys seem to be really enjoying watching them. So I feel like I'm going to do a couple more of those for different stores, maybe a couple stores I've already done. It's a good way to like try different products that you normally wouldn't, or even if like you're not going to try them because maybe you haven't heard an influencer talk about them or see someone talk about them. I think it's a great way to get yourself out of your comfort zone. Try different products, you know, see what works, see what doesn't work. If it doesn't work, who cares? But like, what if you found like a secret gem that no one's talked about and you're the only one that knows about it? That's the best part. For bronzer, we're going to go in with the Anastasia powder bronzer. This is in the shade Tawny. I've had this for years, and honestly, it's a little bit dark for me, but I think I bought it at like TJ Maxx or something. So I just go into it super lightly, and I think that's why it's lasted me so long, because I barely touched the pan. All right, so let's put some powder over this blush combination that we experimented with. I'm first going to go in with this Moira blush. This is their signature ombre blusher in Orange Blossom. I'm going to use pretty much just that orange tone, like right at the bottom. And I'm going to focus that right on where we put that Palladio, just right there for now. We'll blend it out, don't you worry. Then I'm going to take a highlight brush and I'm going to go in with just a yellow eyeshadow. And I'm going to take off most of that excess. And I'm just going to go over top of that orange just to blend that out and give us a little bit more of that yellow tint. But we obviously are just kind of using this almost like as a transition eyeshadow, just to blend that like Orange Blossom shade out, but adding that yellow back into the cheek as well. Okay, so that is the face makeup all done. I quickly just did my brows. I've been using this L'Oreal Faux Brow, and I've actually really been liking it because I normally don't like brow pens because I feel like it sometimes can add like too much product to my face. It has a little bit more of a red tint to it, and I feel like that's really been good for my hair. Somebody suggested that on my social media to try a reddish brow, and I've been really liking it. So if that was you, thank you for the suggestion. I love it. Thank you so much. And I actually really like my face makeup. I feel like the yellow and orange kind of blush is very interesting and kind of cool. So let's get into these eyes. Okay, so when I think of a fall makeup look, like I said at the beginning, I'm thinking of everything that's gold, red, kind of like those goldish, orangish browns. And there's no better way to achieve a makeup look or to get those colors than with a Morphe palette. This is throwing me back. I don't think they make the palettes like this anymore. This is the 3502 palette. I was just looking and I think I got rid of my original 350 palette, which I can't believe I did that. Using that. And then I also have the 350S palette, which was the 350 palette, but every color was shimmer. So we're first going to go in with the Morphe 3502 palette. I always use this shade the most. And we're going to go in with a fluffy brush. This one is actually the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH34 brush. I think that's like super small and tapered like this. I love these kinds of brushes. They are probably the brush that I have the most in my collection, just because I feel like they are super versatile. They're great for this transition shade, but then they're also great to kind of add that color and pack it onto the outer corner and then also blend it out. So I feel like it's a very versatile one. Like if you're not someone who wants to have like a million brushes in your makeup collection, getting some tapered blending brushes will be able to achieve any look that you're looking for. And then you just need like a very small, tightly packed synthetic brush for like a shimmer on the lid. And I feel like that's all you really need. We're just going to take that first shade. We're blending it into the crease using windshield wiper motions, and then I go in with those small circular motions, blending it towards the brow. We want to leave as much clean space on the lid as possible, and we don't want any shadow to go there for right now. We're blending it upwards into the brow bone. I think the best part also about how we placed the blush earlier is that these shadows are going to blend right into your blush. So you don't really have to worry about too many harsh lines from your blush to your eyeshadow, which is also another reason why I love doing my face makeup first, because this will all blend in together and just be smoky, sultry. They're both perfect fall makeup. And I'm so excited about it. And we're going to take the same brush and I'm going to add that into the crease as well. We aren't going to blend it as far up as the first shade. This one we want to be a little more concentrated in that crease. Gives it a lot more dimension, especially to your eye. It really brings out your eyes. Using this same brush again, that's the shade we're going to put on the outer corner. And then I'm just going to slowly and really tiny windshield wipers and really tiny circles, blending that upwards, but also blending it outwards into that blush. And then I'm going to go back in with that brush that we used earlier to blend in the yellow to the blush. And I'm going to blend that outer corner into the blush. So again, it's just nice and seamless and just kind of like a gradual color. This last step is completely optional. You could stop with this right here, but I'm going to adjust a little bit extra depth to the outer corner. So I'm going to go in with a JH40 brush, a much smaller, very precise tapered brush. These are the two brushes next to each other. So you can see this one, which is we used for all those three shades, still very taper, but a little bit more blown out. Whereas this one still has the same shape, but because they're shorter, it's a little bit more condensed, there's less bristles. You're going to get a little bit more control with this one. Very lightly did I touch the pan, very little. And I'm just going to place it right on the most outer part of that corner. Once I have it in there, I start pulling at the shadow towards the outer part of the eye. We're not pulling it in this way. I'm going to pull it outwards like this, going back in with the first brush. And then that's when you just go back and forth a little bit, just doing like kind of like this pulling motion, kind of like this, very tiny. And then you can go in with the bigger brush, and that's just going to add the tiniest bit of depth to the eye. I'm going to go in and do that a couple times. And just remember, I started with such a little bit of eyeshadow that I have to go in again. It's such a slight difference right now, and that's what I want. Like, I want to do a little at a time and then grow my way up. I just want to add a little bit of depth to the eye. So if I start off with too much, especially with dark shadows, if you start with too much when it comes to dark shadows, your look is end up going to be something you're not going to like, because there's just so much shadow on your eye that you can't blend it out. Do a little at a time, work our way up. We need to have some patience when it comes to our eyeshadow. Eventually, we'll get a little bit of a deeper pocket, which is what I'm looking for. Okay, so let's talk about the lower lash line. And I'm going to start on the outer corner, where most of the eyeshadow should lay. And then as I've started to blend it out, there's less on the brush. So we'll start bringing that into the inner corner. If you have smaller eyes, I would suggest only going maybe halfway in or just a quarter, or you can completely skip this step if you have a little bit more of a smaller eye shape. Do a lower lash line and you have smaller eyes. If you use dark shadows or any shadows at all, depending on your eye shape and how big your eyes are, they might make them look smaller. So if you want to avoid that, you can either skip this step or just use a very little bit of eyeshadow just to kind of complete the look and make it look a little bit more seamless with the top part of our eye. But you can totally skip this if you don't want it to like make your eyes a little bit smaller. For the lid, there's a couple different options that you can do based off of really kind of what your style is and what you're looking for. I'm going to use the 35OS palette, which is basically the 35O palette, but it's all in shimmers. You can first go in with this white shade for your lid if you want your look to look a lot brighter. These next two shades have a little bit more of a champagne tint to that. So you can always add those if you want a little bit more of a golden tint to your eye. Or if you really wanted to be daring, you can go in with a very good orange color, perfect fall pumpkin shade, or even this rich orange golden shade for your lid as well. For me today, I'm going to go in with two different colors, and I'm going to do one a little bit closer to the inner corner and one more on the middle part of my lid. I'm going to put it on a brush like this. It's a very synthetic, like tightly packed brush, and it's going to really let us be able to pack that color on really nicely. I'm going to be focusing that mostly on the middle part of my eye, but I want to add kind of that shimmery orange just to kind of bring the whole look together. Orange has kind of been the focus of this look today, and so I just want to finish that off with a little bit of a shimmer in the orange because I love a good orange. And then I'm going to blend that into those shadows on the outer corner. You can go back in with one of those two brushes that we used earlier and blend those together so again we don't have any harsh lines. Taking that same brush, I'm going to take that second shade, it's a little bit more champagne-y, and I'm going to pop that on the inner part of the eye. And we're going to blend that with that orange. You can just go back and forth until you have a nice seamless eye look from that champagne to the orange to the reds into that dark brown. Then I'm also going to take an eyeshadow blending brush and I'm going to place that on top of the cheekbone as our highlight. Yeah! I've started loving using an eyeshadow brush for highlight because it gives a lot more control and you can really place it exactly where you want on the face. I'm going to go do my eyeliner and my lashes off camera. If you want to see a little bit more detailed video about how I apply my liner and my lashes, that is already a video that I did and it's already up on my channel, so you can always watch that. But I'm going to go do that off camera really quickly, then we're going to come back and do our lips. All right, lashes are on. It took a little bit longer than I'd like to admit, but whatever. Let's move on to our lips and then our look will be done. So I'm going to go in with this lip liner. This is by the brand Quibest or something. I've talked about them a few times. I bought this pack on TikTok Shop, but you can buy the pack on Amazon. This is number 10. So we're going to line our lips with this. I feel like it's going to be the perfect shade. It's like brown with like a little bit of a red undertone to it. So I think it's going to be great. I can't really talk while doing this. I'm just gonna line my lips. Okay, then to finish off the rest of the look, I put the lip liner pretty much over my entire lip, but just for the center, just to brighten it up a little bit, give us a little dimension in the lips as well. I'm gonna go in with MAC's Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color and Lady Be Good, just in the center. It's going to give a little bit more of like that orange tone to the lip. And then we're going to finish it off with some setting spray. I'm going to use the Milk Hydro Grip setting spray, Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I'm going to add a little bit more yellow to the blush. I think some of the yellow kind of went away and I want the yellow to be on the cheek. That was the look we were going for, honey. Just a little tint. And with that, that is our fall makeup look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I love the way this turned out. The blush and our little blush trial, I think turned out really nice. I feel like it was a little scary at the beginning, but I feel like it kind of worked together. Let me know what you guys think of this look in the comments, if this is something that you would try out. Everything that I am wearing, I've listed in the description. So if there's something that you want to try from this video, it's all going to be in the description for you, so you don't have to go searching for it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. We're trying to hit 5,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. I don't really know if that's going to happen, but if we can at least hit 3,000, that would really mean a lot to me. And I want to say at least like 94% of the people who watch this video aren't subscribed. If you've watched to the end, you might as well subscribe. You know what I'm saying? But I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.